New breed, global truth.
They working against us. They hate our souls. They hate us. They hate our righteous indignation. They hate the exhortation that dwells in us. They hate our love. They hate our conviction. They hate the fact that we repented. They hate the fact that we truthful, honest, and bold. They hate our courage. Them devils hate us. We're not finna line ourselves up with these weirdos and freaks. With these weirdos and freaks. They working against us. They hate our souls. Weirdos and freaks. But these weirdos and freaks, they working against us. They hate our souls. New breed.
What's good, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. We got a momentous broadcast for y'all today. I see y'all brothers and sisters rolling in. Son of Light is in the building. Cynthia Hatley's in the house. Crypto. Ben Alir. Casper's in the building. CJ. Okay. Dennis York is in the house. All right. Y'all make sure y'all do me a solid. Tap that like button on your way in. If y'all feeling that introduction, definitely tap the like button. We got a very interesting stream today. We're talking about the Black Degeneracy Kink that goes on all over social media. Elder Yawitazai, along with Tariq Nasheed, addressed the Black Degeneracy Kink. That's right. Elder Yawitazai, also known as Congregation of the Mighty on YouTube. My brother, he had an interesting conversation with Tariq Nasheed, which we have here for y'all today. So everybody get the likes up because this is a very important conversation. And this is a topic that we spoke on because we definitely need to reclaim our image. There's a lot of people who have got their grubby paws on our likeness. People who run various sites who happen to be agents and agencies. You know, the people behind the Shade Room, the people behind World Star Hip Hop, the people behind all these, websites that promote black degeneracy. There's people behind it. And, we just pretty much lift the skirt. We unveil these things. We call it like it is. And it was interesting to hear Tariq's opinion on the black degeneracy kink. And his opinion is very held to a very high regard, because we definitely see eye to eye with what's going on media with various content creators as well as these sites. And I want to bring this conversation to y'all's attention because it's quite important, right? Let's see here. Let's go. And also, I'll leave the link in the chat in case, some of these white supremacists want to get froggy, because I can already see them sowing discord within the chat. If y'all want to jump aboard, you can do what you need to do. The link is right here for you. All right. Now, I want to go to this conversation because there's a lot of sources that we can go to that show these people right in the act of their racism. And the number one objective for these people is destroying our image, right? They want us to seem like we the weirdos and freaks. We're not going for that. And they will use certain celebrities, certain individuals, and they will tout them as being one of us, when in actuality, a lot of the times they bought and paid for. But nonetheless, I want to go to this stream here. And this one was called Foundational versus Fleeing. Very interesting live stream from Tariq Nasheed. And I want y'all to hear what was said here. Let's go.
Hop on Born with a Gift. All right.
Can you hear me, brother? My bad. My mic was still muted.
There you go. I can hear you now. What's up with you, brother?
Yeah, no, answer your question. Got a lot of gifts, primarily in the arts, but right now I just do a lot of digital media. But my question for you:
work confidently while on SSDI with all SUP employment.
That's strange because I paid for my YouTube Premium. I don't know what this is about.
Services. We can help you.
There's a lot of content creators right now that are creating content that's like a black degeneracy kink. And just wanted to see what your thoughts was on that.
Now, in case y'all wondering what a black degeneracy kink is, I mean, the definition is pretty self-explanatory, but let me break it down for you. It's pretty much a genre at this point. It's a subculture in which people fetishize off of seeing black people in total anarchy, seeing black people acting degenerate, sexual immoral, just doing the most reprobated, foul, deplorable actions. And you got these people who love pulling up that type of material to try to build their platforms. They love to promote and push that as if that type of behavior represents us as a whole. Now, let me be very clear about this. You can go to any nationality of people and find degeneracy, and you can push it through the airwaves on a vast scale, and you would believe that that's what those people are. You would believe that that's what those people are. So make no mistake about it. It's people using it, making it a subculture, making it a kink, a fetish. Because listen, if people didn't have some type of thrill seeing black people in the most degenerate moments possible, it wouldn't be so popularized. And there's many content creators who do this. I mean, they're all out here on social media. But anyway, I just thought I'd explain that. Let's go.
And
which ones? It's so
like
many. It's so many. Which ones? Like, give me some examples of what they're doing, because there's so many damn sectors of their degeneracy. It's all over the place. Which ones?
So it's the guys that's making the AI images of brothers and sisters as monkeys, and then there's the YouTubers that's creating content where they're just cherry picking a bunch of criminal or degeneracy, and then they're doing whole entire streams on that.
Yeah.
Yep. And listen, we see quite a few creators who will find the most foul story they can find about a black person, and they would do a whole entire stream about it. Right. And you see that all over the place. Right. And if you see a content creator doing that, you should already know who they work for. They're trying to be, they're trying to be the next world star. They're trying to be the next Shade Room. A lot of their channels look like trash. I mean, it look like they've been just dumpster diving. I mean, the channels are just bringing out filth about black people. Anything that they can find where it seems to be some ratchet activity going on, or whatever the case. This is what people like to pull out, right? Let me see. Let me do this person a favor. Instead of 10x2. Instead of just, making erroneous statements in the chat, there is a link, all right? There's a reason why there's a share link in this video. If you feel some type of way, you click the link, and you state your claim, all right? Let's proceed.
So, I'm just trying to figure out how do we as a people address that, especially with the fact that, somebody was bringing up crypto. They're actually making cryptocurrency based on the gorillas, as us. I mean, they actually have it as a cryptocurrency. So,
right. Now, see, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about the race war is very real. They're just fighting in a whole nother. They're fighting a whole nother war that we're unaware of. And Yawitazah, being our minister of information, my brother whom I build with all the time on these subjects, he's done the research. He's actually went to some of the names attached. And ladies and gentlemen, they making a bag off of black degeneracy. They making a bag off of our image. This AI, they got Bitcoin attached to it. They got, or not even Bitcoin. They got different coins that we don't even really know about, and different stocks just connected to it, because they know that that's what the future is that's the future way of making money, right? I'm trying to break this down to the most condescending way possible, right? Most low, minute level possible, so y'all could just understand that these people are literally exploiting us in the worst ways possible, right? Yeah. And they're using AI to do it. And not to mention, you got the content creators, in which I spoke on, the content creators who are also pushing and shoving black degeneracy. Let's go.
well, how can we address that?
Yeah, very good question, man. Very good question. And these are the white supremacists, and I want to, and the wannabe white supremacists, because a lot of these are Asians and East Indians doing this stuff too, where they
Absolutely. It's a lot of non-black people who are behind these AI platforms. It's a lot of non-black people who are behind a lot of these websites where you see the image of black people. So it's a modern day minstrel show, right? And us being the Image Reclamation Movement, we're pointing that out. We're pointing it out that our image is being misrepresented on a mass scale, and it has affected every facet of our existence. It has affected how we view ourselves. It has affected how we're viewed on a national scale and a world scale. That's why we have the image reclamation in place. And there's a lot of things coming that is going to combat some of the tactics of war that they waged against us, because this is war at this point. I know a lot of people want to sugarcoat it and think that this is just content where we just talking. No, we are at war with people who are not even trying, but exploiting our image and using it to further degrade us.
make this AI with these real derogatory stereotypes of hood black women and they looking like gorillas and all of that. Um, that's their own insecurity. These people have to come over and create a narrative about us to mask and get the focus away from their failed cultures. So they have to come here and cherry pick and find the most degenerate things to amplify about us here. The great thing about Foundational Black American,
And that what he just said is true. They find I mean they dumpster dive. They go back in the back alleyways to find certain material to do what? Feel better about their shortcomings. And you got a lot of tethers who left their country to come here to a country in which we built, right? The greatness of America is because of the foundational Black Americans who built it. They come over here and criticize everything foundational Black Americans do, right? But they left their country because their country failed. They left their country because they were unable to build anything. Their country's a third world country. So what they really fail to realize, anywhere our people are at will be great. So let's make that very clear. Let's go.
is that we have balance. For every sexy red, we got a Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Yes, we do. For every bonnet wearing hood chick, we got a Coretta Scott King. We got an Ida B. Wells. We got them. They're just not edified. They're
And
not.
that's the issue. We got them. We got these individuals, but they're not being pushed on the forefront. And rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, because that brother was making people aware of a lot of our revolutionaries. I seen many videos of this brother talking about, you know, his name being named after Malcolm X, and how people he grew up with didn't even know who Malcolm X was, and how our image has been throttled down even from the 90s on, right? And how you don't hear about our real leaders. You know what I'm saying? And that is an issue. And I truly believe that they took Malcolm Jamal Warner out. That's my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. But I do know that he was putting a lot of truth out there as far as who our people are. And ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor and get the likes up on this video. This type of powerful material, of course, they want to throttle this stuff down. So y'all have to do y'all's part and spread the message, right? Anyway, let's continue.
Not elevated and amplified. That's why we have to amplify them. For every dusty dude or YN, we got.
And he said it. He said that's why we have to amplify them. And that is a step in the right direction for as far as our image. Because I want y'all to consider this. If we seen all the doctors, scientists, real political figures, real revolutionaries, if we were to see that every day instead of world star, instead of the Black degeneracy that we always seeing, how would that make the whole of our people feel? How would our people really feel about that? It's easy for these creators to go dumpster diving and looking for, you know, filth to show on their channels about our people. But see, that's something they're not going to push, right? Let's go.
We got a Dr. King. We got a Malcolm. We got a Medgar Evers. You understand? We have balance. And that's the great thing about us. So we have to highlight the balance. Look, these folks, no matter how thorough we are, they're going to gravitate and find the underbelly of our society because that's them curating something to elevate, to make themselves feel better. That's why we don't take responsibility for dusty behavior. because the white supremacists, they cherry pick and elevate dustiness and then say, why don't we take responsibility for it? That's a con game. It's not, we don't have to take responsibility for dusty nonsense, because a lot of the dusty nonsense was orchestrated by outsiders.
And that is true. Listen, I say this all the time. We are the real Black conservatives. We are the real Black conservatives. You know, and we're not affiliated with any of these political parties, but we are the real conservatives. Why? Because we live by certain laws. We live by certain rules and regulations. We live by certain guidelines. All of that freakism and that weird stuff, that's coming from other cultures outside of our people. We didn't make that. You know, and the irony of that, like the example would be, the example would be, listen, there's a lot of people in here with a lot of things to say, but y'all got to hit the link. Express how you feel by hitting the link. But as I was saying, a lot of this behavior that we see being highlighted, it didn't come from our people, right? Let's go.
I want y'all to understand something. People talk to us and they, oh, look at this, look at all these crime videos that I've curated. Oh, the Black community, why don't y'all fix this? Well, we didn't create that.
Yeah, that's what they say. Well, where are these guys out there to fix this? Where are these guys out there to fix that? Well, Tyreek said it. We did not create that, right? Now, it ain't no way we can fix that. Only thing we can do is highlight the greatness of our people. We're not some damn vigilante justice group. This is not the actual drop squad where we can go snatch grapists off the streets. We can't jump in a van and just ride around and snatching all the PDF files and all of the wicked doers off the streets. That's an impossibility. We can't do that. If we were under our biblical law, yes, we could do that, but we can't do that, right? Anyway, let's go.
And that's not the totality of our community. That's just you having your little white supremacist Spotify list of Black degeneracy. That's you.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Now, what kind of weird person sits there with a Black degeneracy Spotify list? Because that's what it is. They literally dumpster dive on the internet to find anything a quote unquote Black person is doing and highlight that, and they build a whole platform off of that. They gain large followings off of that, right? Let's continue.
You are gravitating yourself towards that. Dude, I was down in South Central. I go Wednesday because I had to go to the museum. So then I went to Plaza Fish over there on Slauson. That's one of my fish spots. So I'm always in the area. You know, I can be around South Central LA, which is quote the hood, all day and don't see nothing degenerate.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in those circles.
That's true.
You have
just because somebody may be in the hood don't mean it's all degeneracy going on. Those are people too. But listen to what he's about to say, because this is true.
To really, really look for that. You got to look in the nooks and crannies and the alleyways and the corners and the sewers of society to find a lot of that bullshit.
There's a lot of content creators who dumpster diving their ass in the sewers. They in there like the Ninja Turtles trying to find the most wickedness that they can find on our people to use it. Right? Let me see. Somebody says, we have 200,000 subs in a year, Bree. You're motivated me to start a channel. No, it took years to get here. But thanks for the support. And right now, as y'all can see, it looks like they just got a straight up shadow ban on this video. I don't know why they ain't sending this notification out at all, for obvious reasons. They don't want us. I'm telling y'all, this is obvious what they're doing. They don't want us fighting for our image. They want, listen, the whole world have came together in crafty council to cut us off from actually being a nation. So our name would no longer be in remembrance. They cut us off from our likeness, from our culture. And the moment when we start saying, hey, hold on now, World Star, your days are numbered. Gossip, your days are numbered. Shade Room, your days are numbered. We already know y'all behind it. All you content creators, if that's what y'all want to call yourself, all y'all days are numbered because y'all are basically ruining our image in order to just get your position in this white man's world. Anytime we speak up on that, y'all see what they do. It's nonstop. This is one of the most important live streams all year, and they ain't sending no notifications out. This is one of the most important conversations of the year. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. It's up to you all to cop y'all image reclamation shirts. It's up to you all to get your not for sale shirts because, listen, somebody has to see what is taking place. Now, of course, I'm going to tell you like this. We're not going to go into cuts and crevices and in the sewers to try to, snipe out all the degeneracy because that's impossible. But we damn sure going to let you all know that those individuals in these videos and that AI and all that don't represent us. And we're not going for that. We're not going for that. And we're not for sale. Our image is not for sale. Let's continue.
So just the fact that you're looking for that shows your mindset. You don't see that type of shit regularly.
Exactly. Just the fact that you're looking for that shows your mindset. Some of these content creators on here, they're looking for black degeneracy. Why? Because they freaks. They got a fetish. They got a kink to see black people in the foulest ways possible. They don't want to see us as the royal priesthood. They don't want to see us as God's people. They want to see the most barbaric, horrendous stories. And you can tell how they talk about it, that they really fetishize over it. They really enjoy talking about it. Why? Because a lot of these platforms grow and they become huge platforms off of destroying and tearing down our image. And now we got this image reclamation movement. And I see a lot of comments speaking negative about, this connection that was made. But none of y'all actually clicked the link to explain yourself. None of y'all clicked the link to explain why y'all don't want to see us come together and fight against somebody who is gunning for our image. It's really a shame. But anyway, let's go.
You understand? Well, see, we're told we have to fix ourselves. But the thing is, when we as a black community, we try to correct a lot of this stuff, we get criminalized when we try.
Now, do you hear what he just said? When we try to correct some of this stuff, we get criminalized for trying. And that's what it is. When we start to speak up and saying, hey, that don't represent us. That ain't who we are. We are righteous people. We are God's people. Those people don't represent us. Then guess what? Those who are speaking out get criminalized. We get criminalized. I've witnessed it myself firsthand. Anybody who speaks out against what they're doing to our people becomes the threat. Becomes somebody who is a threat. Why? Because it's affecting their money. When we point out the hypocrisy of these individuals and show what they're doing, these content creators who are looking for this sick content, when we point out exactly what they're doing, we become criminalized. Now we're an enemy because we just compromised their paycheck. They trying to get aligned with that whole movement. of tearing down God's people. Anyway, let's go.
People talk about, well, how come you don't stop this crime, stop this crime there? Well, damn it, that's what our tax dollars are paying the police for.
Exactly.
But you don't really stop crime.
Exactly. We're not no what do these people think? We're a damn vigilante group? You have this one content creator. I don't even say these people names. Do a video or show the most horrendous story that ever happened, or something real bad that happened in the community, and say why they're not dealing with these people in the community. That's what we pay the police for. What do you think our tax dollars go for? What we supposed to do? We supposed to roll up in a van and do something to them? No. Because whatever behavior that person had, that came through white supremacy too. Whatever behavior that person had, that was taught to them. But people don't want to talk about the Epstein list. They rather hone in on our people. Whatever isolated, dirty event they can find, they'll go dumpster diving for that. But they don't want to talk about the real predators. They don't want to talk about that. And a lot of these people who are doing these things in our community, they're not even us. They're not even us. J. Rowe, thank you for the contribution. I appreciate it. I don't know what happened with my sound deck. That joint just went out, but I don't need it, man. It's all good. Let's go.
And when we form organizations to do that, really, let's be real. The Black Panther Party, they were formed to really police the community, and that was for everybody. They wanted to make sure the dusty behavior wasn't happening. They were trying to police the community. And what happened? They were trying to feed people. They had community patrols. They had health clinics, education classes. What happened? J. Edgar Hoover said, these Negroes are the biggest threat to national security. Kill them.
Yep. And that's the truth. And all they were doing was policing their environment. But see, the war have to be fought on a whole nother scale now. It's a whole nother battle. We got to fight them. We got to fight them with our words. We got the internet. We can broadcast all across the world to put out a message. That's how we have to fight these days. That's just what it is. Why? Because they have officially divided and conquered us. They have. They got us so divided. We can't agree on anything. They have divided us to the point where we're going to have to use our voices and speak up. We're going to have to do silent protests. Even y'all wearing a not for sale shirt is a silent protest. These are the things we got to do. Because it's not too many real ones left, man, that care about the state of our people. But let's go.
They start shooting them and killing them and shooting them in their sleep. Fred Hampton. Yeah, when we try to fix the community and police it and then educate it and feed people, y'all, the damn COINTELPRO program kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's not about fixing the community. It's about controlling Black agency. Yeah, see, Black self-defense is always labeled as a threat, even when it's legal. When Black organizations try to protect their neighborhoods from criminal elements, from police brutality or whatever, they get labeled militant, radical, extremist. Well, the NRA, they're praised. They got these white militias running around here with their guns, and there's no government crackdowns on them.
And it's the same thing online as well. When we start protecting our image and we start showing some levels of exclusivity, they label us extremists, criminals. Oh, we speaking hate. Oh, they're racist. No, because we want to protect our image and we want to insulate and not allow people to just, use our likeness in any way they want to use it. because we stepping up, because it causes some level of discomfort to those who really get off on seeing that? I'm telling you.
Huh? So yeah, white America wants control, not solutions. If the goal was to reduce crime and violence in the Black community, well, the government would have partnered with and funded some real Black grassroots organizations. But these groups get delegitimized and they get dismantled. Yeah, don't let them fool you with that. We got to fix, because when we fix the community, that's when the infiltrating comes.
Let me see. Dre Static says they perpetuate these images showing their ignorance while calling us ignorant. It says we should have stayed segregated. Integration was a mistake. I agree. I totally agree with that. And thanks for the support. Yeah. I see people in the chat speaking their mind. Feel free to join the chat. Join the link if you see fit. Let me see. All right, let's continue.
That's a trap narrative. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you do nothing, you get blamed for the crime. If you speak out, you get labeled divisive. If you organize, oops, you're militant.
Yep.
So that tactic.
And our own people would throw these tactics out there. Our own people would say, they're organizing, they coming together. They must be a militia group. They're a hate group. They're this, they're that. If you speak out against it, you're radical. It's like you can't win, even with your own people a lot of the times. But let's go.
It ensures that we're always positioned as the problem. Like, look, when we got the Hidden History Museum, now the Hidden History Museum, we do great things for the community. But they sent so many ops up there. We had undercover cops coming up there. Man, we had all types of little oppy shit happening with the Hidden History Museum. Especially,
that's what they do. They infiltrate. They would send agents among you.
When we first got it, all types of oppy shit. Yeah. And then the ops online trying to denigrate it. Now, this is something, man, where we created a neutral zone in LA, because we're in South Central LA.
Same old phone? Nah.
My fault, y'all.
Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
And we created a neutral zone where people can come in and don't have to worry about gangbanging, and the community loves it.
Mm-hmm.
People come in and have a good time.
And that points to all we can do is make sure that we repping our people the right way, right? But I want to go here. Real 80 says, just to push a bad report and tear down your projects. Yep, that's what they do. That's what they do. Listen, I've witnessed this, ladies and gentlemen. Anytime you're trying to build something within the community, anytime you're trying to do something righteous, you can really expect your own people to try to tear that down. They listen, they specialize in tearing things down, but building up, that's a whole nother topic. And I'm predominantly speaking of tethers. I'm predominantly speaking of agents. I ain't really, because your own people is your own people. But I'm talking about the individuals that look like us, but they're not really us. They trying to line their pockets up. They trying to do things for selfish gain. They're not trying to, really build that bridge. See, this is what we're about. When you're with Desire touch bases with Tyreek, that was about building a bridge. Because our people always know how to tear something down, bro. They always know how to, and I keep saying our people, but they're really tethers. The ones who love to tear down, who don't like to see us unite, is really people who just don't like seeing us build anything, really. And a lot of the times, those very same people, they're not willing to support anybody anyway. I got so many people who come over here, they get this free game, But are they really willing to build? Do they really see the movement? And then you got a lot of these guys who make money, just like Real 80 said, they make money just to talk about the problems. Why? It's easier that way. It's easier. It's easier to sit up there and talk about all the wrong that's going on in our community, but they don't want to do anything about it. Hey, listen, even the Bible says that the kingdom come not by observation alone. These guys like to observe, criticize, hide behind I'm a content creator. I'm creating content. They don't want no change. They're not about doing anything. They want to talk about the problems and get a YouTube check. And anybody who speaks against what they're doing, they become a threat to them. I'm on a whole lot of people's list. Why? Because yes, I'm a content creator, but guess what? I got the footprint of somebody who's done and continues to do. So that infuriates them. When we was up in Africa, building with dignitaries, having land initiatives, sitting amongst the round table, having land initiatives, doing land walks in the Carolinas, having events, bringing people together to show them how to live off grid. These are the things they're not willing to do any of that. They're just talking. Why? Because it's easier. It's easier to talk. It's easier to look at these black people and let's exploit them because the whole world's doing it. We should do it too. That's what a lot of these creators are doing, just exploiting our people. Let's continue.
And the energy and the aura is all about respect. When we have events, that's why the events be packed when we have them. Because people respect it. You come on in and cats ain't gang banging. So we created a neutral zone where people can come off the streets, have a good time, kick it, network.
And that's what it's about. And that's what we also do the same thing. And that's why, you know, that bridge was important to build because we are about the same thing. We are about communal. We're about community. We are about actually mobilizing. We're about actually protecting our image. We're about, you know, real conservatism, not these weirdos and freaks that's out here. We're about displaying our people with class personified, regardless of your background and past. We're about refinement. We about being displayed as being dignified, nationmen, noblemen, countrymen. That's what we're about. Now, I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of something about what's going on, like some of these supremacists, white supremacists who are responsible, some of the same type of characters who are responsible for the negative imagery that we see with the AI and the imagery that we see online in general, right? I'm gonna get to that here in a moment.
Vibe. And then you had infiltrators trying to denigrate it. You see? So yeah, don't let them run that narrative that, oh, we need to fix it. Yeah, because when we do, the ops start showing up. When we do, the ops start showing up. Should I get one?
It's true. Every time we trying to build, hey, anytime we trying to build, the ops show up. Why? Because they listen, they're used to getting paid off exploiting the problem. They don't want no solution, y'all. When I tell you that these people don't want no solution, trust me, they don't want no solutions. They want to be able to talk about our people in a negative way as much as they can. Because the solution requires work. And they're happy being lazy. And they're happy being under the rule and thumb of white supremacy. That's just the facts. Now, it's a race war going on. Yes, a race war is happening. Every time I talk about this race war, people believe I'm talking about something that's to come. No, we're already in a race war. They're just fighting it a different way. I will argue that it's more racist in 2025 than it was in 1930. It's just that our people don't see it. They don't see it. So I'm gonna show y'all what's going on a vast scale. The type of interviews that are having with millions of people watching, but nobody's talking about this stuff. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's get that off the screen. I want to share a source here. And I was just scrolling through X. And I want to show y'all something, man. Peep this. And this right here, Jubilee has a channel that has millions of subscribers. And I want you to hear the type of stuff that these white supremacists are talking about right now. In plain sight, none of their material is getting removed. None of their material is getting shadow banned. Let me show you the real hatred that's going on. The real hatred that's going on. Because none of their stuff gets removed. None of their stuff gets shadow banned or any of that. But let's go.
Deport people who shouldn't be.
You gotta understand, these people, these white nationalists, they're adhering to all the philosophies of the Nazis. This is what's going on right now in your media. Nazi propaganda. Y'all thought Kanye was throwed. He is throwed, but Kanye is surrounded by people like Nick Fuentes who follow Nazism, white supremacy, where they just want to eradicate our people and anybody who ain't them. That's why Kanye had a song talking about all his nins are Nazis. Right now, you see white nationalism. You see white nationalism versus Zionism right now. That's what's going on in the world. But anyway, let's go.
Sure.
I gotta understand these far right Republicans right now. They done went so far right, their ass is wrong. They to the point where, hey, listen, they ready to eradicate anybody who ain't them. And see, when Trump got in office, they thought that Trump was going to be bombing Israel. They thought that Trump was going to say Israel is our enemy. I'm talking about the land of Israel. And them white supremacists are upset. They're upset. I mean, they are pissed off that Trump didn't follow the white supremacists and the Nazis. Especially when they got in office, you had Elon Musk throw up the Hail Hitler sign. Because that's what they believe in. So it's two factions going on. Trump chose the side of AIPAC. So when you seen that great MAGA split, when you see him and Elon fall out and all that happens because it's a battle for supremacy right now. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all follow what I'm talking about right now. If this is insightful and you really gaining an understanding of what's happening in the world today. Let's go. But the point of it, these same kind of people right here, those are the people behind painting us as monkeys and gorillas and all of that, because they think that we're the lowest of the low. All right, cool. Everybody is comprehending. All right, let's go. Now, see, this is what America's coming to. This is what it's coming to. Hold on, I got another one I want to share with y'all. People are following his Catholic Church. Now y'all see why. What's her face? Candace Owens went and joined the Roman Catholic Church. Now we see what's happening right now. This is a whole ideology that the strong right have right now. This is a whole ideology. And they coming under Catholicism. Catholicism and white supremacy. Yeah, she joined the Catholic Church. And I thought that was weird. I'm like, why does she do that? Because she wanted them too. It is what it is. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, they trying to make America white again. There's no doubt about that. And the irony of this is the same people who've stolen our identity are the ones keeping them from just going on a straight up purge. That's the crazy part about it. When you really look at it, that's the only thing stopping them. Why? Because those people got control of everything. Them people got control of the banks. Them people got control of the media. Listen, they're just too powerful. They so powerful. Donald Trump had to get involved with that Israel-Iran war. He had to get involved. They're just too powerful. And Trump knows something that these guys don't know. And he's under their ruling thumb. That's what's happening right now. Yep. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to come through and share this message with y'all. I thought that interview was very interesting with Elder Yuwitazah and Tariq Nasheed. It really brought out a lot of what we've been talking about. And we need to reclaim our image. We truly do. You know, I want you brothers and sisters to make sure you share this material. You know, it's really pointing out what's happening right now as a whole. And hopefully it edified y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. More material coming. Y'all be blessed. Shalom. Peace.